Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Yolk'd.
That's right, where everything is made up and the stories don't matter.
Much like the shift keys on Kanye West's keyboard.
On with the news. When NASA's shuttle program officially ended, things didn't look so good for the final frontier. But like the cold vacuum of space, the empty hole in our hearts and imaginations needs to be filled. Thanks to good old-fashioned capitalism, private companies are now testing the waters along the cosmic shore. Cosmic Shore, by the way, is also the name of Steve's latest smooth jazz album, due out next week. Virgin Airlines announced their Virgin Galactic Spaceship 2 shuttle back in 2009, admittedly for those with very deep pockets, and now Boeing has decided to provide them with some competition. They're working on their own spacecraft, designed to be luxurious as well as autonomous, having space for a pilot without actually needing one. These cosmic cruisers would not only ferry passengers into space, but they would also be available for purchase, presumably by wealthy industrialists or megalomaniacal supervillains bent on world domination. That's right, Boeing is also looking into marketing the space capsules for individual ownership. Though the percentage of the population who can actually afford these will be very, very small, I have no doubt that this will become the new measure for telling if someone is actually really wealthy.
Oh, you have a private jet. Concorde class, is it? I see. Very nice. Actually, I have my own Boeing luxury space capsule, planning on taking a pleasure cruise up to the lunar surface on the morrow to play a round of galactic golf at my country club there. But oh yes, a jet, that's very quaint. Good for you. Tut-tut, cheerio.
Microsoft has announced that they will begin offering Xbox One without the Kinect sensor starting June 9th. Isn't that like selling PB&J with no jelly? Crackers without cheese? Bread without butter? Peas without carrots? Ryan Gosling with a shirt? Well, not really. You see, the intention of Microsoft was to inspire video game developers to find ways to incorporate the included Kinect into gameplay on new releases. Then the biggest Xbox One release to date, Titanfall, didn't make use of it at all, and many other games have been slow to incorporate it as well. Microsoft has had to admit that hardcore Just Dance users are not a key demographic in driving console sales, and will be lowering the price of the unbundled Xbox One by $100. This drop in price will put the Xbox on the shelf at the same cost as a PlayStation 4, which has been slapping the Xbox One around since the announcement of both consoles a year ago. The more competitive price may bring the Xbox One out swinging as it heads into the summer round. Ding ding! Fight!
Hip-hop producer Dr. Dre recently confirmed that Apple has acquired his Beats audio empire for $3.2 billion. Analysts are speculating that Apple's rationale behind this move is a desperate attempt to make their company seem cool again by overturning the rumor that they forgot about Dre. Others say that the acquisition is a sign that Apple is completely out of ideas and have lost their ability to innovate. Clearly, those people didn't see the leaked photos of the iPhone 6, which confirms that the home button will now be an inch to the left. But perhaps the strongest theory behind Apple's purchase is their response to an ever-booming Spotify. Ever since the failed project that was iTunes Radio, it's fair to speculate that Apple hopes to regain steam in this area with the existing Beats streaming service. Perfect timing, since the acquisition has also brought public awareness that Beats has a streaming service. Amidst all the rumors, the one sure thing we can count on from this deal is that Apple's iconic earbuds will now sport drivers that deliver 500% more bass to make sure that all the time that's been taken to perfect the beat won't go unnoticed.
As of yesterday, Twitter implemented its long-awaited mute feature. A win for those who champion laziness. This feature allows you to unfollow the people you wish you never followed in the first place without actually going to their profile to unfollow them. Being passive-aggressive has never been so easy. I guess the mute feature is just a natural step for a social media platform that limits interactions to 140 characters. I mean, clearly the brilliance of Kanye can't be limited to such a small space. When there's something on his mind, he's just gotta let it out. Even if it means taking over your Twitter feed for the indiscernible future. But now you don't have to scroll down indefinitely to get past the myriad of replies some actor has made to his thousands of followers. Mute them instead to enjoy your feed spam-free. Just unmute them when you want to see if they've responded to your tweet yet. I'm sure Henry Cavill is just tied up right now with some intellectual reading. He'll get back to me. Right? The thing is, if you're looking to also prevent someone from interacting with you, the mute feature won't work that way. People you've muted will still be able to favorite and retweet your tweets, but at least you can punish repeat spoiler offenders when the next episode of Penny Dreadful is scheduled to air.
And that's all for today's stories, but I do have one last late-breaking bit of news. The VESA Alliance has added adaptive sync to the DisplayPort standard. Very exciting.
What does that mean?
That basically means that your video card can talk with your monitor and make sure that everything works together.
So does that mean it's gonna be in sync?
I suppose it does mean that, Jenny, as long as you look in one direction.
Well, hopefully it won't raise the temperature above 98 degrees.
Backstreet Boys.
You've just been yoked. Body right. Backstreet's back, alright.